So entrepreneurship is, in my opinion, a calling. It's a yearning, it's an urge, it's a passion. At the foundation of business, you have administration, marketing, you have finance. But in the mind of an entrepreneur, there is this constant chase. And because you're really gifted or you're really smart or you're incredibly talented, does not make you an entrepreneur. It may make you the senior vice president or the deputy counsel or the whatever large title it is that you want to be when you grow up. Entrepreneurship is really lonely often. I was at Dartmouth in November with 52 or 53 other entrepreneurs. And the one thing that kept coming out, we talked about numbers, we talked about finance, we talked about business, but it is the loneliness that comes with you're up earlier than everyone else, you stay later than everyone else. You may have a great relationship, you may not, but this chase and this hunger and this yearn, which I think is at the core of entrepreneurism, keeps you up to 3 o'clock in the morning to power nap and then to jump back in and start again. And so those moments when you've been looking for 2 hours just to be quiet to think, actually sometimes is very lonely, because if you have a network of friends who are not entrepreneurs, they don't get it. If you're married sometimes to someone who doesn't have that entrepreneurial spirit and or at least understands what it is that you're doing, we don't get up at 8 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning, go to work, punch our time clock, take an hour and a half for lunch, punch our time clock again at 5. Okay, we're going to the game. Like, I may go to the game as long as the client didn't call at 6:35 and need it before the morning. And so all of a sudden my life adjusts, and I found that it just sometimes is a very lonely experience. And entrepreneurship is just flat out not for everyone. Because you want to be in business for yourself doesn't mean you can be in business for yourself. I started my business because I didn't want to wear pantyhose to work anymore, and because I felt like I was smarter than the other people and I could get the job done. And I quickly realized in the first 0 to 4 years, I wasn't doing what I loved. I wasn't building my trade. I wasn't becoming a smarter PR or lobbyist or any of those things. I was focused on building a business. So all of a sudden, the reason I started the business is I'm smart, I can do these things. I wasn't doing any of those things. Trying to make sure we put payroll, trying to make sure we market the business, and trying to make sure that the administration of our organization was working properly. So don't be fooled because you're skilled that means that you're supposed to be an entrepreneur. Maybe you want to run a business, and so you run the retail department or the operations department or the finance department. A lot of the same skill sets, a lot of the same rewards and risks are taken at that level, but it's not the additional pressure of I've got to make payroll and I've got to do these different things for other people.